To pick up and knit stitches along a cast-on edge, have the right side of your work facing. In this case, it's the knit side. I'm going to use a contrasting color just for clarity. So you take one needle and insert it below into the middle of the V, right here below that bound off stitch. You see here's the bound off edge looking like V's going across the top. So you insert your needle from the front to the back, right underneath that stitch and into the center V of that stitch. Take your working yarn, wrap it around the needle knitwise, and pull that stitch through onto the needle and keep it there. You work into every single bound off stitch, always working underneath the bound off row, right into the middle of the V. And think of your left hand as being your left needle holding the fabric in place, and you're simply knitting stitches onto the right needle. So I'm going to work to the end of this row and then show you how you pick up stitches along a side edge. And you'll see how nice and neat and even you're continuing that knit stitch up along the edge. Okay, last bound off stitch. Now I'm going to show you, that is how you pick up along a bound off edge. I'm going to take this needle out because it's a little hard to turn that corner and show you how to pick up along the side edge. Here is the side of the fabric, and these are all the rows. So I want you to insert your needle from the front to the back, one stitch in from the edge. So you see there's a little V there on the edge. You go right underneath that V, into the from front to back. Pick up your yarn, wrap it around, and bring it through. Then you count down to see where your next row is. That next little V underneath, I'm going through both loops of that edge stitch from the front to the back. Wrap the yarn around and bring it through onto your right needle. Now every once in a while you're going to need to skip a row, and a rule of thumb is for a yarn such as this, 2 stitches for every 3 rows. So I've picked up 2 stitches in each of 2 rows, so now I'm going to skip a row and go into the next row and pick up a stitch. This will give you a nice even edge. Normally the instructions will tell you how many stitches to pick up, but in the event that they don't, just keep that in mind. You will skip a stitch every 2 or 3 rows. And if you pick it up at the same place every time, you'll have a nice smooth edge. And that is picking up and knitting.